So for our review, we're going to focus in on earlier material we discussed. So we're going to go back to statements. Remember what a statement is. It's a sentence that is either true or false, but not both. So let's look at some examples here. So if I say that today is Tuesday, either today is Tuesday or it's not. So this is a statement. If we look at x equals 3, that is not a statement because it depends on what x is. So sometimes it's true and sometimes it's false. So not a statement. Now if we put a quantifier in it for all real numbers x equals 3, this becomes a false sentence, and so this is a statement as well. Okay. So after we learned statements, we discussed truth tables. So let's jump to truth tables. We're going to look at some examples. Construct a truth table for the statement form. P or Q and not P and Q. So here, remember, you look for how many statement variables you have. You have 2, you have P, and you have Q. So that means I have 2 statement variables, and that tells you how many rows you have in your truth table. So here we have 4 rows. So true, 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 false, false, true, false, false. There are 4 rows, and remember we build up this statement form here in pieces. So we're going to start with, what are we going to need? We're going to need P or Q. We're also going to need P and Q, but really I need not P and Q. And those are all the pieces that we're going to need. So let's look. P or Q, you just need one of them to be true. P and Q, they both need to be true. And then finally flip the columns of the last entry, or the last column. So now I'm going to look at P or Q, and I'm going to put an and between these two things, an and that'll give me my final column. I need P or Q and not P and Q. So look, they're not, one of them's false here. They're both true, and one of them's false. So there's our truth table. Let's do one more where we're constructing a truth table. So let's construct a truth table for the statement form P and not Q or R. So here, if I look for my statement variables, how many do I have? I have 3. I have P, Q, and I also have R here. So you're going to have 3 variables, which means we have 8 rows in our truth table. So let's go ahead and fill in our rows that we're going to need. True, 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 false. Now switch Q, true, false, true, true, false, false. And then repeat these 4 rows, but change P to being false. So it'll be false, true, true, false, true, false, 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 true, and false, false, false. So let's look at what we're going to need. Well, I see I'm going to need not Q. And then I can, after I have that, I can build this whole thing. So not Q or R. And then I can make my final column after that. So let's just focus in on these two for now. You're going to take your Q column and flip the entries. So false, false, true, true, false, false, true, true. All right, and now you're going to take, we're looking at not Q or R, not Q, R, and you're going to do an or between them. So you just need one true to get a true in the end. So here they're both false. One of them's true, one of them's true. They're both false. One of them's true, one of them's true. Okay. So from here we can make our final column. P and not Q or R. So look at these last. We're going to look at which two columns. We're going to look at the last one, and we're going to look at P as well, and put an and between them. So they both need to be true. So here they're both true. That one's false. That one's true, true, false, 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 and false. So that's how we find these truth tables. So remember, it's important you know how many variables you have, because that determines how many rows you have in your truth table.